Can y'all hear me? Hold on a minute. I gotta turn this one off. Oh yeah. Spencer's in the house. Been a while since I've seen Spencer. Unfinished comeback, first responder, LP94, Twisted Mopar, Cousin Mike. Mohawk is in the house. Yep, I had to get rid of all the hair. It got too hot. It's time for it to leave. So how's everybody's day has gone? Yeah, I've had a pretty good day. Day's been a good day. We're getting back to the some sort of normal. It's been this past week's been rough. Well, a week and a half. Whoa. First you first responder, if you drove that Dodge yet? Man, did y'all check out London's new Thunder Chicken? That baby's got a power plant under the hood of that. And if y'all ain't checked that out, y'all need to go over there and check it out. Have you drove it yet, first responder? I think first responder, I think that might be too much power for you. Mm. Did you have to change the back tires off of it yet? Yeah, London, that's exactly the way I would do it too. Just bring it home on a trailer and then do a will it run and drive video. Then you can check everything out and make sure everything's on the up and up before you try to start it. But I believe you'll be able to drive it down the road probably a couple of hours. Hey, London, then them Thunderbirds there, did they have the disc brakes on the rear end, or did they just have to come with the drum brakes? I know somewhere around in there when Ford started putting some disc brakes on the rear end of them. And the list of the no name 500 contenders has gut and show. Yeah, London, it's that there. If it's got the drum brakes, it's not going to cost a whole lot. You can actually just rebuild them rear cylinders on it, and you can still get them from. You actually get them pretty cheap off Rock Auto. The calipers on it's going to be the same thing as a Mustang caliper. If it's got disc brakes, it's going to be the same thing as a Mustang caliper. You can also get the kits for those too. Robbing Robs and streetcars. And does nothing specials in the house. Yeah, London, it shouldn't take you a whole lot if you did get it running, it didn't take you a whole lot to even put brakes on that car to drive it. You could actually drive around for a little while until you get ready to pull the motor out of it. JB is in the house, aka Amos. Y'all ain't subbed to JB, go over and give JB a sub. That's my buddy right there. I seen the LP come in. Yeah, there's LP. Yeah, London, that's gonna be a sweet little ride there with the black being black on the inside. It's a pretty rare option on them too. Also, the color combo being black on the inside. Hello, Mr. Ed. 38 POS Racing's in the house. Hey, JB, you got to take a break out there because it's still hot outside. Even though the sun done went down, it's still hot. Believe it or not, you could have a heat stroke quick, even though the sun's gone. You can actually have a heat stroke quicker without the sun on you. Yeah, first responder. I thought that my computer slowed down, and he already did the drawing. You put on there congrats to me, and I'm like, hey, did I win that? And then I went back and made sure the video wouldn't slow down. I needed some more super clean. I gotta clean the Y SUV up sometime this week. And so now I wait till the super clean to come in. I gotta get it. I gotta get that thing spit shining. I didn't let it go too long without washing it nor waxing it. Then I gotta change the oil in it before we take off to Saxton. Yeah, JB, that's Uh, when it's hot outside, though, it makes it a lot worse when you're trying to get something done. No, Mister Ed, I haven't even messed with it, and uh, we both, me and my wife both got sick, and last month just had a lot going on, and it's been so hot. It's been between 95 and 100 degrees here, and we've had so much rain, and then we both got sick, and I ain't been back out there on it. Still got, probably still got little odd and ends to get, but it's gonna be have to be on hold until after probably the first of the year. The little odd and ends is what cost so much. Like freaking 8 little clamps was like 15 freaking dollars. Yeah, Mister Ed, it's so hot down here, buddy. It's even though the sun done went down, you go out there and you stay out there too long, you're sure to be soaking wet. Hey JB, UNLP is rocking and rolling on that truck, buddy. Man, y'all are rocking it. I'm talking about y'all. Y'all two are rocking it, buddy. Wonder where old John Wilburn's at tonight. Oh, he might be in Saxton because they got our sign up in Saxton, the No Name National sign. They got it up, so he might actually be in Saxton. First responder, you working tonight, or you working on your the Rango? That JB, if you might be driving it for the weekend. Oh man, JB, you got that sneak attack going on, don't you, buddy? First responder. Man, I can't believe I won that super clean. Ain't too bad, JB. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see the sneak attack LP. 411s and a locker. He gonna pull Walmart down. Uh-oh. You see this, don't you, LP? Don't worry about it, JB. We got some sneak attack for him. Oh Lord. Mm. You know, Stephen Holtz just drive it did that last year in that fair lane. And put studs in it. Yeah, JB, I believe what setup you got on that truck now, it's gonna surprise a lot of people. Then next year you'll see a bunch of V6 Chevrolets pop up there at No Name Nationals next year. Oh man, sorry to hear that, Mohawk. That's sad right there. Yeah, that's me, 38 POS. That would be me. Not changing them out. Oh man. Well, when I die, I'm gonna be put in the back of a pickup truck and carried to the graveyard, and they gonna just throw me in the hole, and then they put the dirt on top of me. That's how I did my brother's funeral last year and a half ago. Put him in the back of the truck, took him to the graveyard, put him in the hole. Oh, come on now, LP. Them Honda Ridge lines are made right up here in Lincoln, Alabama, and it's about 10 miles from Talladega. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, that's some bad stuff right there, Mohawk. Oh, man. Oh, Lord, LP. LP, if the best peaches is called Chilton County peaches. I don't know if y'all can get them up there in Tennessee or not. Probably so. It's called Chilton County. Oh, man. Funny, funny, funny. Man, oh, man, oh, man. So I'm looking at these. Yeah, yeah, as much money that they took up for that, they got a cure for that, but they don't want it out because they can't make no money off of it. Well, JB, we know LP ain't gonna lie to us, that's for sure. He'll tell you the truth about it. Oh, you good, Mopar? Mohawk. You good, buddy? That's right, first responder. I actually just buried one of my cousins about 2 weeks ago. from a freak accident. Yeah, cousin Mike, that's rough right there, buddy. That is rough right there to have to deal with right there now. I've been on that rodeo twice. You made her.
What's up?
What are you
You
doing?
know, I got to give you a little bit of a hard time.
I know, I'm messing with you.
But no, I mean, if I like I said, now if I did put that big bore kit to go make it a QT60, put a blower and a
Hey,
little bit
that
of
thing
nitrogen,
would run.
that thing might outrun you.
It might do it. It might do it.
I mean,
I
I
got
might,
something else. I got
I might
something
go hit
partner
40 miles an hour.
front. But see, I got something parked in front of it that's got the turbo under the hood. And when you get on it, it starts when it. The more you get on it, the louder it whistles.
See, that's the thing. You got to wait for that turbo to spool up. The blower, supercharger and everything, you don't have to. It's right then and there.
Oh, you get the gas on this right here, buddy. You better be holding the seat when you get on it.
I bet you put me a seatbelt on there to hold me down to that seat.
Yeah.
So, first responder, Landon, JB, Mohawk.
London, cousin Mike, you gonna make it to No Name National because I'm gonna call your boss man and I'm gonna act like I'm you and I'm gonna tell him I got the flu and I'll be back in a week.
Well, right now, since I've got my doctor's clearance and everything, I'm out there looking for another job. So hopefully I can start getting some money coming in.
Yeah, I'm still going back and forth to the doctor, but I'm gonna get there.
Well, I'm glad this doctor here listened to me and actually said, yeah, that could be what I had and what caused everything. Got me on the right meds and everything, even though it was just over the counter stuff. It worked.
Right, right. I, my new medicine was doing pretty good until I don't know what we caught. I don't know. We don't know what it is because friends of ours caught the same thing and they went to the doctor and they said it wasn't COVID or the flu, so we don't know what it was.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh,
I thought
I remember
I
that
actually
car.
thought,
I was gonna say, remember that car I was find out about that
yeah,
two
they
door
mashed,
block. I
they
I
mashed.
yeah, I believe it's now compact Ford.
Yeah,
And I think the boat got crushed also with that 460 in there.
yeah.
I mean, how popular is a 460 anyways?
Uh, pretty popular.
Are they? In other
Oh
words,
yeah.
if I'd been able to get out there and pull them engines, I could have made some big money on them, huh?
Yeah, between $500 and $1,000 easy
Each one or total?
for each one.
Damn, that one that came out of
I'll
that
go.
jet boat thing, that would have been probably more money with that. I know with that electric water pump and them water cooled
That
manifolds.
now, if one of them 460s would be a 429 CJ, like cousin Mike's got, that's between $2,500 and $4,000 just for the motor.
Well, the only thing, see, that's the only thing is for me, I'm not a Ford person. So, I mean, I don't drive handicap.
I don't mind Dodge, Chevrolet either. I just got my picks.
Yeah.
But Chevrolet is one of the easiest ones to work on. It's the easiest ones to learn how to work on.
It depends on which one. There were some that were a big pain in the ass. There, what model was it? They actually put the transmission inside of the bell housing in order to change it. You either pull the motor or pull the transmission.
Oh, that's on the Corvairs.
Now it was on the 2000 model car, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then there was another model that there was some kind of an air solenoid that the only way to replace it was to pull the intake manifold off.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
painted
going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but then I've heard some horror stories about Ford. I've heard some stuff about Dodge that same way.
Yep.
I mean, to me, it doesn't matter manufacturer. Some of them, nowadays with all the computers, it's gonna be a lot harder.
In the mid 90s and early 2000s is when all the manufacturers started doing the most stupidest crap because they was trying to race to get the best design on the market.
Yep. That's true. Now I tell you what's real funny is a lot of people don't know is you remember the Cadillac North Star system they had?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that either.
You know who they actually
Ollie's in the house.
Hey Ollie. I was gonna say, believe it or not, they actually went to Chrysler to help them figure out how to actually get it to work good.
I wouldn't doubt that either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it to me it doesn't matter the manufacturer. I know everybody's got their favorite, and the guy that has the machine shop by me, he says it's easy for him to do a General Motors engine because parts are laying everywhere and they're so cheap.
Yeah, to a point.
Yeah.
To a point. On a Ford, you got to know your numbers on what part will interchange with the part you get. If you know the numbers,
Right.
then it basically around about the same thing.
I mean, there's not much difference in the Chrysler stuff. I mean, small block heads will interchange. There's very little that won't interchange between them.
Right.
I mean, I say crank rods and pistons are about the only thing you can't take, say, from a 318, put it in 360.
Right. Right.
Or vice versa. But everything else, yeah.
On some of the small block Chevrolets, I didn't know that until I thought, I've been around all this stuff all my life, and I dibbled with Chevrolet a little bit until JB told me here a couple months ago that some of the rods was made different on some of the 350s. I didn't even know that. I thought they was all the same
No, they
I,
did, right. Yeah, they did some changes. And, talking about GM. Look at that 305 they had come out. The biggest problem with that one was the manufacturer of the camshaft, and was 305 or 307? Oh, 307. That the metal that they were using was very wasn't all that great. Camshaft, the cam lobes would literally wear away.
right. Yeah, they somewhere down the line they messed up on the camshafts. I think they're just using the wrong metal myself.
Right.
I think they're using the wrong metal. I've never had a trouble out of a flat tappet cam.
Yeah. Now, first responder, if you're saying the crank is different between a 318, 360, yeah, they are different. Like I said, you can't take a 360 crank, put it in a 318, and vice versa. 318 is internally balanced, 360 is externally balanced, and on top of that, now the rod bearings, the journals are the same, but the mains are bigger on the 360.
Now, if I'm gonna have a Dodge, it'll be a 360.
I mean, you can take I got to check again, but if I'm not mistaken, you can actually take a 360 crank and get the mains turned and get it to fit in a 318 as a stroker.
Right. I'm not sure what's in it.
But the pistons I know are different because the where the wrist pin and everything is in a different location.
Love it. Go, JB gonna go trade his rigs for some Thunderbird. Hey, have y'all seen Dallas's Thunderbird?
Uh-uh.
Y'all need to go over to Dallas's channel and check out his Thunderbird. I sent him a message, told him I need to borrow that on September 21st to the 23rd for No Name Nationals.
Oh, Ollie, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, you get to a good guy that knows what he's doing in a machine shop. They can
Oh
do
yeah,
they can do just about anything on any uh, engine.
Mr. Egg can take care of that problem.
Well, the guy I deal with, you walk in the front door, and all along the hallway, there's all these little placards and everything. He's got about 30 or 40 of them up and down through there. And those are the awards for multiple years of building sprint car engines.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that's been building Ford engines his whole life, and his daddy done it. And I'd take one of his motors up against anybody's motors.
Yep.
As far as going down the racetrack.
Now, I tell you, the funny thing is that you go out to the drag strip and you got the nationals and everything. We got the big boys, and you'll go out there and you'll see him, like John Force. He's got Ford, and then you've got all some of these other guys might be running Toyota. But if you actually, look at the engine and everything, it's all based off the 426 Hemi by Chrysler.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even all your top fuel, the funny cars and the dragsters, they're all running. I think it's a 500 cubic inch Hemi, all based off the 426.
Oh man, you might be on to something right there. You might be right about that. So my camshaft I put in the Thunderbird, it's a old new stock, I guess you want to call it.
OEM.
Yes. Well, ain't no, it's a comp cam, but it was before the camshaft started giving troubles.
Mm.
So, which I got some stuff to put in it, which I always use STP in all my motors anyway.
Well, like I said, for me, I don't care if it's, General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, each one, they're always going to have problems. It doesn't matter who it is.
Oh yeah.
Hell, any of your Japanese or could be any of your German, English, it doesn't matter. I mean, show me one of the manufacturer has not had a problem with any of their engines.
Oh yeah, all of them do.
Yeah.
All right, Mohawk, and we'll catch you on the next one, buddy.
All right, see you, Mohawk. Yeah, I've just been playing around out here in the garage doing some rearranging of stuff and redoing my ceiling.
Man, yeah, I gotta get out here and cut my grass. I ain't cut my grass this year.
Shit, I went yesterday and I managed to. I was actually on a live stream and I looked over on Facebook Marketplace and found a guy uh, had a free Toro mower. Said it wouldn't run. Didn't know what was wrong with it. Free, just come get it. I hopped out of the live stream. I went over there, got back with it. Didn't even worry about getting it unloaded till this morning. Got it out, got the camera all set up. Yeah, the motor's junk.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's got a Honda engine. As a matter of fact, the engine's sitting right here. But
Mm,
I believe the valve seat dropped in the intake. And
mm.
that what's really weird, you can't pull the head off of it.
Oh, I think it's made onto the motor.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like them either. Them would jump.
Now, what's really weird is that it's got an angle like this, how you split the top and bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got like 4 bolts that are on the outside of the block you can take loose. But the other 4, you have to go from up underneath where the mower blade and everything is.
Right.
And they're going at an angle. But in order to
Them
get to the connecting rod, you actually have to pull the flywheel off.
them engines right there, you tear it apart, you'll find out there's a timing hickmadooger in there, and you gotta have that thing just right. And that timing's off, it's not gonna do nothing. And you'll beat yourself in the head trying to figure out what it is. And it's that little gear in there. It's made out of pot metal, and that
Nope,
gear wears out on them.
not this one. This one's got a plastic cam gear, but it's got a rubber timing belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the weird thing about it is, you see, most, small engines and everything, you got the pins that hold your rockers and everything. You got a little clip and everything. You got to take loose first. This one here, there was nothing holding those pins in. They were just sitting there free floating. They,
Yeah.
they literally fell out on their own. And the only thing holding the pin in for the cam is the belt holding the gear or turning the cam.
Yeah. Back last year, Buddy's got one. I had a pressure washer with that same motor on it, and man, that thing put out some pressure. All of a sudden, it just wouldn't start one day, and I took the carburetor off of it, checked everything, and I took that thing apart, and sure enough, the motor was no good. Like
Yep.
you said, the valve was down, that started coming out.
Oh hell, when I pull that valve cover up, and I mean, what really gets me is on a really good engine, you've got a gasket up underneath there. No, they use silicone to put the valve cover on with.
Yep, ultra black silicone.
Yep. And then there was almost quarter of an inch gap between the
Gasket
rock arm.
maker.
Yeah, but there's like quarter of an inch gap between the valve and the rocker arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
valve was way in fit there.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got a little Britain Stratton pressure washer right here. I bet you I can go out there right now. I ain't crunk it up one time this year. I bet you I can go out there and hit that pull cord one time and that thing will fire up.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, Briggs makes a good engine.
The Thompson has had a good engine, but they ain't in business no more.
Right.
I used to love the Thompson engine. Couldn't
Yeah.
beat them. Had bulletproof.
Yeah. Tecumseh.
Two
Oh man.
X's in the house.
Well, because that was the one thing. Now, Tecumseh used to be the number one engine over Briggs.
Yep, until the late '80s, and then Brendan Stratton get on top of them. Then two hacks. You still in my home state?
Who, me?
No, two hacks.
Oh.
He on vacation.
Yeah. But yeah, Nathan, yeah, it's gonna be time. I'll see if I can find me a engine. I'll go out to a local scrap yard I've got and see if I can find a push mower out there that has got a somewhat decent engine that all I need is maybe like carburetor or something like that for it.
Hey, two hacks. I got a race for you at the No Name Nationals.
Yep. That's the way it is on this one. That plastic cam gear has only got one lobe. So as soon as that thing rotates over, it'll sit there and open up. So it'll get one valve open, then it'll run and get the other one. I'm going, after I've seen all that, no, that thing is piece of junk. I wouldn't even want to try and fix it. It's like, I'll tear it all apart for the scrap metal.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll separate the steel from the aluminum.
Hey, two hacks. I got a race for you. Mater wants to race you in his motorcycle, in your Thunderbird.
It's not a motorcycle. It's a moped. Yeah. Can you believe it? Top speed on that thing, stock and everything, was like 30 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And that's from a two-stroke, a little 50cc two-stroke.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of motor you got, Thunder?
See if we get Mater up there. We'll have to race Mater on the mini bikes up there. That's about the funniest crap I have ever seen in my life. I seen the footage from last year, No Name National Monkey Bike Racing. That's about the funniest crap. I have laughed so hard, about peed on myself.
Well, I'm thinking about doing a mini bike race in November. And that one's not going to be easy. It's a 3-hour endurance race on a 3.5-mile track, all off road. And from what I understand, you might start off with about 60 riders, and by the time it's all said and done, you might have maybe 20 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything breaking down.
Mm. And y'all really need to go check Dallas's Thunderbird out. 2 hacks. Dallas has got something over there. Dallas might be pulling a sneak attack on everybody. That's a bad little thunder chicken.
My question for first responder is, where's he at if he's got a free push mower? I don't mind working on them. I mean, carburetors are easy to work on, small engine.
Yeah, first responder's about an hour and 20 minutes from me. He lives in Georgia.
A little too far for me.
Yeah, 2 hacks. I seen it tonight on that video, and I was like, I bet that thing will run down the track. I left him a message. He can loan it to me for September the 21st through the 23rd for Saxton.
Yeah, but first responder, yeah, it might be free, but the time to drive all the way out there, considering the fact I'm over here by Dallas Fort Worth, yeah, it cost me quite a bit in gas and time and everything getting out there and back. I appreciate it.
The first responders had a push mower or a riding lawnmower.
I think he was saying it was a push mower.
And Troyville usually had some pretty good lawnmowers.
Hopefully, it doesn't have that crappy Honda engine on it.
It might.
I mean, I can look on my Facebook Marketplace, and I mean, like right now, I just looked. Someone's got a Briggs and Stratton lawnmower. They want $30 for it.
Well, there's a you got your real Honda engines, and then you got these. Some of them are knockoff Honda engines, and a lot of your knockoff Honda engines is on these lawnmowers and stuff, and people think they're Honda engines, and actually they're not. They just knockoff. And that one was on my buddy's pressure washer. It wound up being a knockoff.
Yeah, JB, I do have a weed eater. I got one that works.
I had to cut my grass with a weed eater. I ain't got much grass to cut.
Oh, I got quite a bit, and the biggest problem I've got is that damn Johnson grass.
Oh.
Excuse me.
I said one of these days, my whole yard is gonna be cement, and I'm just gonna paint it green, and then you ain't go worry about cutting it.
I've been thinking about getting out there and killing the grass and everything, and making, just digging everything up. Just going out there with some AstroTurf.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to worry about it, and hey, it's green all year long.
Yeah, I just cement the whole yard and paint it green, and then the little grease spots would be cherries or something on the grass, be brown spots, be ant hills.
Oh, yeah, you ought to be happy she's asleep. Like right now, I'm glad someone's not, hopefully she's not listening, or say, yeah, I got me a good automatic dishwasher.
He's talking about his lawnmower. First responder. Oh.
I want to get one of those automatic lawnmowers.
Yeah.
Hey, goats are cheap.
And that's like them freaking electric lawnmowers. That's a bunch of crap. I done tried one of them.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, but goats are.
Man, if you got an acre of grass to cut, you better have 20 batteries already charged up before you cut that acre of grass.
Did you see what Craftsman came out with? They actually have a battery operated riding lawnmower.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them. That's a pile of crap.
Yeah. And I don't remember who it is that makes it, but they're actually making a battery operated tractor that you can be actually out on the farm and hook up a like a 5-foot brush hog to it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's battery operated. It's blue like a damn Ford.
I don't want no electric crap. I think electric stuff's stupid.
Now I wouldn't mind having a like a flex fuel, not flex fuel. Get something that is electric, but it's powered by a gas powered generator. Now I think something like that would be good. I mean, look at your diesel engines. You know, the trains and everything. They're all electric, but they're powered by diesel engine.
Yeah, but all the idiots think that the gas is polluting our air. Polluting the air.
No, it's all the hot air coming from the politicians.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say you need to get all the idiots out of Washington and put some Native Americans in office and watch this country turn around.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at politics.
So how much more you got to do on your bird to have it ready for no name?
Got a lot of stuff to do to it. I should put the belts on and I still gotta tighten up my motor mounts, put my nuts on them, and then hooking up the radiator, and then I gotta run all new gas lines from front and back, and then mount my fuel cell, and then still gotta get some tires. I'm not gonna be able to bring it. It's just all this little stuff just adds up, and
yep.
We've had so much going on that the money ain't there to finish it right now, so it's on the back burner.
Yeah, that's the thing that takes the longest time is all the little stuff.
Yep. Yeah. I spent too much on what I should have done was just go to the sale and buy me a Mustang and been happy and been done with it. But I actually spent too much money on this.
What
I
year
probably
is
never,
it?
it's an 80 model. I probably won't never be able to get my money out of it. But I probably won't get rid of it unless I find me a Fox body, and then I'll pull the motor and transmission out of that, and then I'll trade around and get what I want to go in a Fox body.
I'm trying to remember who it was. They were doing a video and they were at some yard that sold cars and everything. I think they had about 20 of those Fox body Mustangs sitting out there.
Right?
Every single one was in different shape as
Yeah.
far as what was wrong with them. They had about 20 or 30 of them sitting out there.
Yeah. I lost about, what, 7, 8 weeks when I fell twice. And then we've had rain. It was rain on top of rain, top of rain, top of rain. And then let's go back for the doctors. And it just, my, what I call my playing money got gone quick. And
By the way, what
so it's
year
just,
are the Fox bodies? That's something I'm curious about. What
Fox
year?
body come out in 1979 was the first Fox body on the Mustangs. Was in 1979. In 1980, Thunderbird followed with the Fox body.
So why do they call it a Fox body, anyways? What makes it so unique like that?
It's the frame. It's the frame of the car. It's called a Fox body.
Okay.
It was actually the Fox body. When they come out with a Fox body in '79, Ford was trying to get the Mustang ready for the NASCAR. They wanted the Mustang in NASCAR. Well, that's when they come out around with the Fox body. But then, in them years, that's when NASCAR changed the rules on the body style of the cars in somewhere in the early '80s. Well, that sended Ford back to the drawing board, but they couldn't stop the Fox body platform because it was a major hit in
Right.
1979 when they come out with a Fox body.
Yeah. Ollie's saying 79 to
79.
80. Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
I was just curious because, like I said, I'm not a Ford person. I hear everybody talking about the Fox body Mustang cars and everything. It's like,
Yep. I believe the '78 Fairmont and the '79 Fairmont is on the Fox body platform too, if I'm not mistaken. Ollie can correct me on that or not.
right.
Actually, the Fox body platform to me was a better design than what the earlier Fords was. And the crappiest design was the 66, 67 Fairlane design because you can only run so wide of a tire under them before you had to jack the rear end straight up in the air. Yeah, the Fairmont and the LTDs was Fox bodies.
Okay. Right. So that answers that. Okay. Like I said, I'm not a Ford person, so I wouldn't have been able to tell you. And I'm like that. I'm not afraid to try and learn some stuff either.
But see, Dean sent me a thing on tubbing this Thunderbird, and I'll probably wind up tubbing it where I can run some wider tires on the back of it.
Right.
It's on the Fox bodies that if you run good wide tires, that then they drive better. They ride better on the road with some wide tires.
Everything does.
Yeah, Ollie Dean is a cyclopedia. Yeah, JB. Chevrolet had that same design on the rear end there as Ford did back in the late '60s.
That reminds me, I gotta go dig out those exhaust tips and everything out of the garage because I've actually got a guy interested in the. Because I actually had at one time I was driving it was an 80 turbo TA, and actually got it for my first wife, and she wound up not driving it. She wound up driving something else, and she goes, "Hey, do you think that engine in my Grand Prix would fit in there?" I go, "Probably. They're both Pontiac." She goes, "Why don't you do that and make a drag car out of it?" Okay.
Huh?
So I was like, "Hey, I didn't need the exhaust
Yeah,
tips, but I knew they were going to be special. I kept them."
yeah. Ollie, they still cool like that if you got the right tires and wheels on it. But if you
Yeah.
got donut tires on it, it don't look too good. Oh, you right there, first responder on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's why that mini bike race. A lot of the guys will use those like 8-inch wide tires. I want to go to something like thinner.
Shoes, I want some 10 to 12-inch wide tires.
Not on for a mini bike race, you wouldn't.
Oh, not on a motorcycle. Nah. How
No,
about a car?
car, yeah. But like I said, I've got that mini bike race, and they say you run up to a 10-inch rim. They've actually got them. And what really gets me now, the rims are like $60 a piece, but tires are like $20. So
Right.
for less
Hold
than
on.
$200, I can get better tire and rims and everything over stock.
Huh. Guy from Consumer Magazine studied and reported initial design concept of the Fox in 75 years of Ford, 1901 to 1985. Huh. I didn't know
Huh.
that, Dean.
Didn't know that either. Ollie, um, don't forget the cutting torch.
A baseball bat will work on some of them.
Yep.
You know how
Or
to do it.
plasma cutter.
Yeah.
Plasma cutter will make anything work.
Yeah, my power lane, one of my power lanes, I had it jacked up in the back, and I drove the wheels off of it, and then the more I drove it, the more money I spent on the front end of it because it wore the front end out. But it sure was fun, though.
Oh,
Ooh.
come on, Ollie. you don't want to take any chances. I wonder if more parties, I guess. You don't want to take any chances.
We might have to wake Ollie up. He ain't gonna burn nothing with a torch. Dean, I believe you go by the library every day.
I know one thing. I can't wait till this coming Friday.
Shoot, I can.
Well, no, it's Ice Spider. They do, I think it's the
Oh
first
yeah.
first Friday of the month. They do the garage trivia. Yeah, well, Bryce is going to have me up there. Going to be dealing with NASCAR.
Oh. Yeah, I tried to bring down the two heavyweights a couple of weeks ago.
I saw that. Yeah, Ollie, it's going to be this coming Friday. Or is it this coming Friday or next Friday?
Yeah, Dane, they wouldn't. The best run-ins was under the Cougars and the Granadas with the disc brake front ends. Yeah, Ollie's my witness. He can tell everybody I almost took him down. I'm not all that dumb. I'm just smart every now and then when I want to be.
Oh, so you're kind of like a blind squirrel. You get lucky every now and then.
That's right.
I think that's Ollie too.
No, Ollie's got a head of knowledge.
Yeah, but the question is,
I
what
used
you
to be
keep
that. I used to be that way. Man, I could name out parts numbers. I can name out model numbers, the whole 9 yards. But the saying goes, if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say the worst college in the United States is the one in Vegas, because what you learn in Vegas, what's the rest of it?
No, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, yeah. What you learn in Vegas stays there.
Yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Ollie, that could be a possibility.
Don't pay the mater no attention.
No, but he can pay me in cash.
Where's my mods at? So I got any mods in here tonight?
Yeah.
Where's my mods at?
Yeah. Dean, Ollie.
Y'all was supposed to boot Mater and put him in timeout. Man, I don't know
Can't
what
do
to do
that.
with y'all.
Can't do that to a mod. But you can only do that if I put something in chat.
Oh, that's the reason why you're not in chat. Now I just figured it out.
Yep.
JB, you're supposed to put Mater in timeout when you seen him come in. Oh,
Yep.
They said stay in Vegas and don't put your knowledge in H car GMs. Yeah, about right. Oh, if you want
I
to
ain't got.
save money, if you want to save money, don't go to Vegas.
That's right. I go to Oklahoma. Now I know one thing. You don't want to play poker with me.
Dane, how many blue races you want me to give you, buddy? I didn't give you one. I gave you the biggest one.
Now I'll play like this. That first cruise I went on, uh, basically that whole cruise and everything else I'd bought was all paid for by what I won in the casino.
I'm not taking no cruise. If God wanted me to float, He'd have gave me a boat. If He wanted me to fly, He'd have gave me wings.
I can give you a Red Bull.
Nope.
Because a Red Bull's supposed to give you wings.
Nope.
Now, going on a cruise ship? No.
Oh, I am not getting on the ocean because I can't swim for 10,000 miles to dry land somewhere.
Oh, so in other
They
words,
ain't gonna happen.
you swim like a rock? Bloop.
See, I had some ancestors that was on the Titanic when it sank, and they didn't make it through the Titanic. See, so I'm not gonna rock that rock twice, and I'm not gonna get on no ship and go out there in the ocean for it to happen again. That makes sense.
Just a little. But now I'll play like this. Going on a cruise, they are so much fun. I can't wait to go on another one.
That's like they say lightning don't strike twice in the same spot. Well, they full of crap because I can take you to a man's grave that lightning has struck it every time his family has put a new headstone and go back after a thunderstorm and the headstone be busted all to pieces on kind of lightning strike.
Yep.
So that's the reason why I don't get on no ship out in the middle of the ocean.
That's why I stay in the Gulf of Mexico.
I ain't getting no Gulf of Mexico either. That's right, Ollie.
I don't know. There's some places that do.
First responders in the house.
Hello.
Go ahead and
You hear
turn
me
your
now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Major's been cranking out some jokes. You swim like a rock, bloop. Oh shoot!
Oh man. JB says done really went downhill now.
That's all right, JB. It can go even more steeper downhill if you join in.
Now, I was going to say, the only thing that really does go good going downhill will be a Ford. That's when it goes fast.
The question is, would JB get on a ship?
He might.
Let's see JB's answer about getting on a ship on a cruise.
I can see Ollie on a cruise ship.
Oh, he's not going to answer the questions first response.
He ain't gonna answer, huh?
to the chicken.
Man,
How much you like first on your car?
Well, I just got done wrapping the injector harness in heat tape, and I wrapped the main harness from the Terminator in heat wrap. I just got to heat wrap my fuel lines and hook up the AC. Yeah, I got a few parts on order for it. The fan clutch, it went south, so I had to order a fan clutch for it. And I still got to cut a hole in the hood.
Ah, there's J. There, look at there. There's JB's answer too. Same as mine. Look at there. Look at there. We got me and JB's old fashioned.
First time I was on an airplane, I was 6 years old.
Oh no, not me.
Yep.
Oh, they're
Oh.
fun.
Yep.
Oh.
Now, the flight when I went to Vegas was fun going. Coming back, that was a different story.
Mm.
Why? What's that? What happened?
We got everybody on board the plane. Then all of a sudden, they're bringing the plane back to get everybody off because some lady found a note in the very back saying there's a bomb on board.
Oh,
So they got everybody back off the plane. They took the plane away, did the search and everything. And we were there for about another 3 or 4 hours.
Eber, can you come pick me up at the airport?
But
Taxi.
now, they said that was the first time they ever had a bomb threat there at the Vegas airport.
yeah.
And that would have made national news, except for one other thing. Happened to be the same day that the bomb explosion at the Olympics.
Oh, how about that? Wow.
Same day.
Huh.
And then we come back and everything. We get to a big old thunderstorm because of the delay. And yeah, that was fun coming through that storm. But after that, it was all okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, that was the only airplane flight that was not fun. But everything else, not a problem.
So you don't like too much first to get yours done, do you?
Well, I'm still waiting for the yoke to come in the mail for the transmission. I have the differential yoke. I just got to get the slip yoke for the transmission. I think it's coming in Monday, and then I'll give it to my neighbor, and he's gonna make me a drive shaft.
Right.
How big of an egg do you need to get the yellow part out?
What's that?
You say you're looking for a yoke. I'm going, well, how big of an egg do you need?
I need a turkin egg. That's the size.
Okay. So you don't need an ostrich. You need a turkey. Okay.
Turkin.
Okay.
Ostrich is too big. I need a turkin.
Oh, okay.
Hey, first responder, when y'all
They're
went
ugly chickens too.
when y'all went to Talladega, what way did y'all go? Did you hear me?
Say that again.
I said when y'all went to Talladega last weekend, what way did y'all go to Talladega?
Talladega.
Yeah, it said you went to Talladega a couple of weeks ago to the dirt track.
Oh, the dirt track. We went. Shoot, I think that was. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the roads there. He was following MapQuest, so.
Did you come down through 280?
I don't recall. It doesn't sound familiar.
Because if you went down 280, you literally right past me.
You live off of 280?
Right. I live about 2 miles from 280.
Oh, damn.
Yep, about 2 miles. Yeah, off 280. Yeah, 2 or 3 miles, give or take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the hornet's nest.
yeah, the hornet's nest. Well, we before the hornet's nest.
See, I'm trying to see if I can look it up in my maps to see if it saved it. I don't see it. I don't think it saved it.
Well, the easiest way to do it is put in maps and say where you're going and have it bring up the route all over again. See
If it didn't bring y'all up 280, then y'all went over to Noonan, Georgia, and crossed into Noonan, Georgia, from Noonan and got on 77 in Noonan.
Well, I know we took the 85 connector to 74, and let's see, after 74.
Yeah, it probably shot y'all through Noonan, Georgia, over into Alabama, and then you got
Yeah, we did go through Noonan.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now we were thinking about going 16, but at the time it said that it would be like an 8-hour delay, so that's why we went 74 instead of 16.
Right. Yeah, y'all actually went to. It's a odd way to go. But actually, it's quicker to come up 280 and to hit 77 and then go on into Talladega than it is to go from Noonan. I know it says it's a little bit further drive, but it's actually faster than going through Noonan because you got to go through all that 45, 35 mile an hour zones.
Yeah, there's a couple of lights, but luckily we got all the green, so
yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Did you do pretty good over there?
Well, they didn't like Curtis because he was fast, so they knocked him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed about that.
See, Talladega track up there, their motto is there ain't nobody else better racing but the one that raced at Talladega.
Yeah, we were second, and the third guy didn't like that. So, they say if your right side's tore up, you're fast. If your left side's tore up, you're slow.
Yeah.
We got tore up on the right side pretty bad.
Yeah.
what class was he running?
Modified open wheel.
Okay.
Yeah. Is he?
Nope. We're gonna say we got modifieds down here also.
Talladega tracks is kind of funny up there. They don't like outsiders coming in up there.
Absolutely not.
Taking over the track. Now I could have went up there and went out there and probably walked all over all of them and they wouldn't have said nothing. But some outsider coming in, it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
And the best track is over here in Wilsonville. The dirt track over here in Wilsonville. Now I actually know the people that owns that track, and it's pretty good little track, and they run it the right way.
Okay.
How big a track is it?
Actually, I think it's bigger than Talladega.
How big is Talladega?
Try and remember. I think it's a quarter mile, ain't it? First responder.
I think it's shorter than 3/8.
Yeah, it
It's
might
got
be
high
three.
banks though,
Right,
which is nice.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, Wilsonville is their tracks a little bit bigger than Talladega, but their banking is not as steep as Talladega. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
oh, you'd probably like the one we got over in Mesquite. Half mile.
Ooh, what gear you run over in the half mile?
I haven't raced there. When I was racing, I was only able to get 323 gear because that's the only thing I could find at the time.
Now,
But
if I'm going over there to the dirt track and I'm gonna go race a car at the dirt track, give me a 4-door LTD with the big block Ford in it with a 9-inch rear end, and I'll make circles around all of them. I sent all of them boys home crying.
well, they got a Crown Vic class out here now. That's all it is. Nothing but Crown Vics.
Yeah, I don't like a Crown Vic. They need to mash all them.
I'm just saying they started that up. But now, as far as out there at Devil's Bowl, I'm not sure because I do know that's where the Outlaws all started at.
Now they run the outlaw class. They run in Coleman, I think twice a year up there in Coleman, the track up there in Coleman. And they say it's a bad boys up there, buddy. The big dollar rig comes in.
Well, I know I was at Mesquite one night when they were running the ASCS, and the guy that qualified for pole, I think he was averaging 129 miles an hour.
I don't know.
And that's not bad for 2 laps.
It's not bad.
No,
No. And considering the fact he's running a 360 cubic inch engine?
I like running the pony class and the hog class. Pony little small cars, and then you got the hog class. It's some big 4 doors and station wagons. That was my 2 favorite classes.
The one I like watching is the dwarfs.
Yeah,
They're fun to watch. I mean, when you see a guy, about 6'2" and about 300 pounds come crawling out of one of those things, you go, damn, how big of a shoehorn did they use on him? And, and they're running only a 600cc engine.
Carburetor?
Yeah. I mean, it's either Yamaha or Kawasaki they have to run. But, I mean, when they're running around, they sound like a whole bunch of angry bees.
Yeah. I don't like that.
You see the Mustang I put together with that 4-bagger in it?
Oh.
Yeah,
I see you, Ollie.
Little 4-cylinder, pushing 250.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it on your thing?
Yeah.
I gotta go over and find you.
I welded the pedals on the roll cage. Kind of had to modify the roll cage. Got the transmission in it, clutches, brakes, lines, everything. Fire extinguisher.
Oh. I was at the Motorplex one time, and they had a guy come up and a decent sized rail, and I think he was running. I think he ran about like a 160 or 170. But the weird thing about it was he was running a 4-cylinder he pulled out of a front wheel drive car and modified it.
I seen that video the other day, and I was gonna go back and see it, but I didn't know it was you that posted it. Are y'all running a 4-cylinder in that thing?
Yep.
with a 650 Holly carburetor on top of it.
Yeah, Holly carb.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to TIG thermostat housing for it to wrap around so it can get it made up with the radiator.
Right. They
Would the engine come out of?
it's 2300
Yeah, 2.3 4-cylinder.
I mean, is it a Chevy or Ford or Dodge or what?
That's a Ford. The 2.3s that come back and bite you in the backside.
Okay.
See, most get about 200, 220 out of the motor, but you set up the timing right. You actually have two different timing curves because of the length of the runners, and you get about 250 out of them if you tune them good.
Oh yeah. Man, they'll go around that track like bumblebees.
Yeah, I think Big Mike asked me how much horsepower it pushed, and I answered back 350. I fat fingered the key. It's 250.
Right.
So if you read the comments, it'll say 350. I just haven't gone back and changed it.
Right. Yeah. Guy used over at the Wilsonville track. I know been knowing him all my life, and when I bring some junk cars in, they had that 2300 4-cylinder engine. I'd always set them to the side, and he'd come over there, and I'd give him the little 4-cylinder engines, and then some of my Mustangs that I done got all my parts off of them, he'd try to buy the Mustangs from me, and I just give him the cars, and I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "It's gonna go to the crusher anyway."
Yeah.
So probably I imagine there's probably still a couple of my old cars still going around the track over there.
Hopefully so. You know, it breaks my heart when a car goes to the crusher.
Yeah, but that was back in the day when I run a record service and I run the junkyard and my buddy run the shop. And when you get 300 cars, you got to do something with them. You just can't sit on them.
Yeah.
So you have to sell what you can sell off of them and then line them up and start mashing them.
Yeah, can't save them all. I understand.
No. Oh, I wish I could have, because I could kick myself in the backside today because I had some nice stuff that went to the master. I sit back and think about that sometimes. I'll be mad at myself.
Yeah. I mean, that was a while though, right? That was a while back.
Oh yeah, it's been probably 2002, 2003.
Yeah, that was Yeah, it pisses me off because you see these cars. I saw a Durango on Facebook, right, and right down the street from me in Griffin.
Right.
And I went to go talk to the guy, and he wanted I wanted the axle out of it because it's a 2003 Durango. It had a disc setup, and I was like, "Hey, I'll give you $150 for the axle." And he's like, "No, I want $250 for it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to give you $250 for it." And he's like, "Well, I'll just send it to the crusher."
Yeah, and he ain't gonna get nothing off of it.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, why? I mean, why are people like? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Most of them around here are like that now. You ask them for the price on a part, and they'll tell you the price, and you go online and you get it brand new cheaper than you buy it used.
Mm-hmm.
And then 9 times out of 10, they won't sell it, and then the crusher come along and go straight to the crusher. Yeah,
it's just like I was at the Mopar Mini Net a few years ago, and I was walking through the parts, where they got all the vendors and everything. and this guy had a crankshaft sitting there, and I just asked him, "What's that out of?" He goes, "I have a 340." I said, "How much you asking for it?" He goes, 300. I'm going, "You're wanting 300 for a 340 crank?" He goes, "Yep." I said, "I'll pass. I can go pick one of those up for about 25, 30 bucks at the junkyard." He goes, "You ain't going to be able to get one." I go, "I pick them up for 25, 30 bucks all day long." And I mean, it's
You don't
true.
know. Yeah,
Well,
you can.
it's simple fact is that 273, 318s, 340s, it's the same crank. It's the exact same
Yeah,
crank.
it's
The only
Yeah.
thing that
You only
engineers
got
did,
something if you got a block. That's it.
right. But I mean, it's the same stroke. I mean, same rod and main bearing sizes. There's
here's what
nothing different. You know,
here's this is what that we run into is on a junk car. When I say junk car, I'm talking about one that's been sitting in the yard for 10 years. Let's say 10 years, and it's basically junk. No matter what it is, it's still junk because it ain't run in 10 years. And it's going to take you $5,000 to get that car where you can drive it. So it's basically junk. Scrap prices ain't paying nothing just because they think it's paying. It's like probably $6 a hundred now. But when it was like $9 a hundred, they think a car will bring $1,000 across the scale.
No.
no,
No, no,
no.
no.
You're lucky
No.
to get three, maybe $400 across
And
the
then,
scale.
and then they'll want $1,500 to $1,600 for a junk car. The last time I crushed was back in 2004, 5 maybe. I think somewhere around in there. I was getting paid $17 a hundred. And people nowadays thinks that $9 a hundred is good pay. It's not.
Nope.
No, the bottom is falling out on for scrap. I mean, one of the guys that matter of fact, the guy got this little Yamaha from. I'm
Yeah.
watching him, and he's doing crushing. That's his job. He operates a loader to crush.
Oh yeah.
And I'm hearing him talking about how they're actually, for about 2 weeks, they actually slowed down because the price of scrap it dropped, and nobody was wanting to crush anything.
Nope. Nope. Well,
Right.
if you got 100 cars and say you give $200 a piece for it. Well, you already behind. You already at $200 a piece. You already in the hole with them anyway.
Yep.
So why would you want to crush now at $9 a hundred? Let's say $6 a hundred, because I believe that's what it's close to. Or just sit on them and sell what you can off of them to recover to make sure you don't fall in the hole on them, and then wait until the price goes back up and then mash them.
Yep.
They get a kickback from the
Right,
government
right,
because the government doesn't want those old cars.
right. See,
If you watch one of my videos with the new generation stuff, it goes into multiplexing, and
right,
every vehicle is coming with satellite capability. They're
yep,
disconnecting the throttle. They're disconnecting all the manual linkages you have to control that vehicle are going to go away, and they're going to go through a body module.
Yep.
yep. You're exactly right.
Like nowadays, now I got to spend $80 a month just to get code so I can read and clear codes on Dodges now because they locked all their computers. You cannot clear codes on a Dodge now.
Yeah. Well, see, back when I was working in shop and I run my computer scanner, Dodge was the only one that was password protected on their computer. You literally had to know somebody that worked with Dodge in order to get your password.
Yeah, they had the DRB, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe so.
The DRB 1, 2s, 3s, and then they got into the new generation computers with the new scan equipment. Yep. And they went with the laptop, obviously.
Ford, and I think Toyota or Nissan, it might be Nissan. Ford and Nissan is the only ones now left that still plug and play. Chevrolet's computer system is about like Dodge's computer system. It'll make you literally want to take a pair of scissors and cut the crap out of there.
That's why I'm wanting to try and get my 97 back on the road, because even though it's got the OBD1, I think.
Right.
No, I think it's OBD2. But hell, that thing's going to be easy to work on.
Right. But Dodge is always, it's almost like it's Secret Service or something with Dodge computer system.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's even on like the early 2000 Ram pickup trucks on that throttle plate. And a lot of people don't know this, but you can take that throttle plate off and knock a chunk out the back of it. There's an idle screw on the back of it.
Yep.
And a lot of people didn't know that. They still don't know that to today. That's like the Chevrolet Quadrajets. When I say, if you know a Quadrajet and how to build a Quadrajet, there's a secret screw on a Quadrajet you knock off the same way, and there's a screw back there you just screw.
Yep. I remember doing that. There was a couple, you had the idle screws and everything. And you had to literally take on the very bottom and break that all out. So that way you can get in there to them.
Right. Yes.
All right, KB, get going. You've already said that 3 times.
It's
blades to clean. Well, good. That means you're busy. You got money rolling in.
That's right. How you doing better than I am? Hey JB, I might have to come up there and help you sharpen blades. Oh man.
Yeah, so Sniper 2 came out.
Did you get the Sniper 2 yet?
No, I've been reading about it, and I think what's going to happen is slowly but surely the aftermarket is going to have satellite capabilities and stuff. So, and I think it's starting with the Sniper 2.
Right. They probably before too long they're gonna probably phase out the carburetor. I believe that's the reason why they come out with the Sniper setup.
Yeah, I just there certain things you can do with fuel injection that a carburetor can't do.
Right.
One of them is, a carburetor gives the engine what it wants. All right,
Right.
Valve opens it. It's gonna feed it. But what you can do with fuel injection is you can delay the injection to where most of the fuel and air doesn't just spit right out the exhaust during overlap. Like on my engine, I have the injectors delayed 90 degrees right now, and that stabilizes the O2 sensor. Whereas if you were to put an O2 sensor on a carbureted engine, you won't get a good reading. It's actually a false reading because with that overlap, that air fuel is diluting the exhaust, skewing the O2 reading.
Right.
So O2 sensors are supposed to be used in conjunction with electronic fuel injection, not carburation.
Right.
But you know, that's getting a little deeper. So I'll just leave it at that.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a system they coming up with to do away with the carburetors. They know they got to get the jump on it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe that they know most of us gearheads, if we do switch over to something, it'd be something on the lines of that right there before uh, a full blown fuel injection system.
Yeah.
So and that's I like my carburetors, but I say I'm against fuel injection, but I'm not really. Some engines are like the 302 Mustang engine fuel injection. It's one of the simple fuel injection engines that you can have. Uh, the Chevrolet fuel injection systems, maybe the late 90s, maybe was all right. Some of your Dodges was good, but 70% of them was crap. The system was just too many flaws in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like JB, you know, he's 100% correct on the fuel injection was tried out in the airplane before it was a car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not a lot of people know that right there. Yeah, that's pretty. Huh. So are you gonna drive your Durango to the No Name Nationals, or are you gonna pull it on a trailer?
Oh no, I'm gonna be driving it, and I may have to go tow JB's trash truck with it.
Oh, okay, okay,
Because right now I got a spool, and towing and a spool don't mix.
right,
So
right,
that's why I went out and I got a locker, uh, so it allow me to tow
right.
and 411 gears, so I can, because I just like 411 gears with an overdrive.
Oh
But
yeah,
but for racing, I'm gonna have a set of 456s with a spool.
right, right. Understandable. Yeah, that's understandable there.
I
How's
just don't know if it's easier or faster just to replace the whole axle to get the gearing, or just take the gears out and readjust it. Because the 9 1/4 axles, they got the adjuster wheels for the carrier. It makes it real easy.
right, right. You might not be able. You might not be able to pull the axles on it then. Hmm.
And that's another reason why I want to go to the Grand National hubs.
Right, right.
The They don't have C clip eliminators for the 9 1/4, and I wouldn't want to put C clip eliminators on anyways, because they don't do anything for the axle except for eliminate the C clip. They don't make it stronger. They don't do anything else but eliminate the C clip.
Right.
But since this has two different length axle shafts, I'm going to have to tune one axle shaft to the same twist as the shorter axle shaft.
Right, right.
Because you can, as soon as you go to Grand National hubs, Strange can make you an axle shaft, and have one harder than the other, because the longer one can be harder, so it has the same amount of twist as the shorter, softer one.
Right.
And it's the same thing with dirt cars and coming
Yeah.
around the corner. You can tune your axle shafts to get, you know.
Right. Yeah, you can. It's like you said, but it's the same thing. It's like drag racing. You got to cinch your suspension up on your car to drag race, just like you do with your dirt track race. It's a different setup. But you're right, with you don't want to be pulling nothing from where you at the Missouri, pulling nothing with 456 gears on the back of it, because it's going to take you $1,000 worth of gas to go to where you at to the Tennessee line.
And that's why I want fuel injection, so I get a little bit more fuel mileage.
Yeah.
Now, and I did set this up to where I can just, if anything fails on it, I can throw a carburetor on the intake, I can throw a distributor in the hole, and I can start it and drive it off.
Yeah. That's a smart thing to do right there. We might get together with you. No Name Nationals might follow in behind you,
Hell yeah.
and just in case something does happen.
Oh yeah.
So we still gotta come up with the extra cash to make the trip, but because it's just been a crappy year for us. And,
Shoot, I think it's been a crappy year for everybody. Gas prices going up, parts going up, parts are junk.
oh, it's as I I spent a little over $2,000 in parts on this car out here, and I'm nowhere close to being finished with it.
Mm.
And believe me when I say it would have been a lot more, but I had a buddy of mine sponsor me the big dollar parts.
Mm.
Plus, I've got discounts on the other parts because we got a commercial account.
That's good.
But it's still high.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
You know, I found an old receipt in the Durango when because I kept all the receipts in the glove box, and I was going through it because the frame broke, because it's a northern vehicle, and I kind of retired it, so I'm slowly but surely taking it apart. And I ran across a receipt I paid for, and this is on a battery. It was a lifetime warranty battery. Of course, it was prorated for the life of the battery, but it was 1,000 cold cranking amps, and it was $75.
Yeah, that battery now will cost you probably $300.
Yep, $300. I had to buy one. I had to buy one for this Durango. Yep, you got that right.
Yeah, my wife's SUV went here a couple months ago, and went out there, cranked it up, battery was dead.
Mm.
And I wound up getting a cheap Walmart battery because them things was like almost $300 at the parts house.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like,
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, who? What? I just don't get it.
and it don't make no sense.
Nope.
It's going to be for pretty soon, and this is probably the way we're going to go, because we're still a young country if you think about it compared to everybody else.
Right.
But look at everybody else. They're just making ends meet to keep their cars on the road, to keep food on the table, keep a roof over their head, and they hardly have electricity.
Right.
We're headed the same direction.
Yep. We sure are. Fast.
Yeah. Now, one thing I was going to mention, talking about stuff like that, what really got me was I went to go get a couple of tires, rear tires and everything from my riding lawnmower. I'm used to, like 20, 25 bucks. I went, looked at everything. They're wanting like $70 to $80 a piece. I'm going, look,
Yeah.
I'm wanting a tire for my riding lawnmower. I don't need one for my car. I mean, I can literally go over here to Walmart and buy a tire for my car that costs less money than for my riding lawnmower. That doesn't make any sense. Yet I can go and I can get a tire for a mini bike. It's $20.
Mater, that was funny, buddy.
I know you laughed.
That was funny, Mater.
But, I mean,
It's just sad. I mean,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
sad now.
But
Yeah.
it's the truth.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean,
I know that about 2-3 months ago, we were buying groceries for a month, and it was like 300. We went and got basically the same thing the other day. Now we're looking at $400 for basically the same stuff.
yeah, about 15 years ago, I bought a pop-up camper, and I got down the road with it, and I was probably about 2 hours away from home, and it blew out a tire. So I'll just go to Walmart and buy a tire. Can't be that high. It was like 50 something dollars for a tire for that pop-up camper. And I'm like, no. And then back then they had Greg's List. You go on there, Greg's List. So I pulled my laptop out, got on Greg's List, and this guy had a bunch of them on there for sale. And I called him up. I said, I'm right here off the interstate. I said, how far are you from the interstate? And it was like probably about 20, 25 minutes away. And he wanted like $5 a piece for them wheels. He had like 7, 8 of them. I said, I'll tell you what, if you bring me all them, I'll buy every last one of them from you. He brought them out there and wound up 2, 3 of them being brand new tires. I thought to myself, I ain't paying that kind of money for no freaking little donut tire.
Nope. And they're small too. And they're about 12-inch?
Oh no, these things about like 8-inch, 4, 5, 6.
I hear
6,
you, Dean.
6-inch, I think.
Could be.
First responder, the day of your birthday.
I'm sorry?
I said the day of your birthday.
No.
Oh, Dean singing happy birthday to somebody.
Oh, I don't see the chat.
Yeah. I don't know who he's saying it to.
Yeah, everything's so high. It's been it's crazy. I mean, you go to the grocery store and you don't get nothing, and $100 don't buy you nothing at the grocery store anymore.
$100 would get you one bag of groceries.
That's it. That's it for
Barely.
2 days.
That's like for me, I stopped going and buying cigarettes and everything. I've gone back to rolling my own. I got an order I put in last week and got the order and everything in yesterday for 2 bags of tobacco and 10 boxes of tubes, which would be basically 10 cartons. Wouldn't even $70 for shipping.
I spend $20 a month on my cigarettes. $20 a month on my cigarettes.
Now, what kind do you have?
You see it?
Yeah.
No, it ain't the green stuff either. See?
No, I can't see it.
And that sticky icky.
Pops. That's why I wrote mine.
Well, this is mine.
Yeah, I don't smoke that. That stuff's rough right there, buddy.
This 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 stuff here is like $13 a bag.
Yeah, that right there ain't. How much was that? $16 a bag. No, I can't smoke that stuff.
Now, does it show you the ingredients on the bags?
Yeah, yeah, it does. It's so small I can't read it to you. They look good. But I've been smoking roll up for probably 25 years, probably.
You know, when they started putting those other chemicals in the cigarettes to self extinguish or whatever,
Right.
you know, I heard that they added like 27 chemicals for it to do that,
Yep.
and that changed the taste of cigarettes. They weren't enjoyable to me anymore, so I just quit.
Yeah. Mine's more of a habit of lighting them up than it is smoking them, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's understandable. I started smoking when I was 13.
About what time? Well, about 10, 12, probably.
Yeah, about around that time for me.
Yeah.
Damn peer pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, now to me, this stuff here is not that bad. Now, what's real funny is that this place here, they're actually out of Dallas, but I had to order it and everything coming out of Illinois.
Oh yeah, everything comes out of Illinois now.
Well, it's mainly because
Peach
the,
pressure, what it is. It's that
main
peach
place
cobbler.
they're having problems with their payment system. So I actually had to go to their sister company, and their sister company was, I guess, out of Illinois.
First responder, how much is gas a regular over there?
269.
Oh, how much?
Or
Damn.
I'm sorry, 369.
Holy cow. Ours 329.
Yeah, they just raised the price 2 days ago, and it went up 35 cents overnight.
Yeah.
Damn. We're at we got some yesterday. It was like 349.
We got some yesterday, 321 at one store. The rest of them was 329. Usually Georgia's cheaper on gas than anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Not anymore.
Oh,
I need to see what Bucky's got as far as on their gas, because usually that's one place around they got cheap gas, or I should say, lower priced.
I don't know. Still some of your smaller gas stations still has lower gas because they want people to come in and buy. They use the gas, still use it lower gas prices to get you to come in.
Have you ever been to a Bucky's?
Oh yeah, I'm not too enthused about Bucky's. It's overpriced. There's a bunch of overpriced crap in there.
That I will admit. Now they do have some things in there that are not expensive, but most of the stuff they've got, yeah, it's overpriced.
Yeah, first responder, you're actually not too far from us.
Well, when I get this thing rolling, I'm just gonna have to find a way to get over there.
Yeah, bring it over here. We can take a look at it. We can take a ride in that thing. That thing was sweet, boy.
Yeah, make sure you take your camera because JB wants to have proof that Otto's got a T-bird.
Oh,
That,
well, see, I won't do that because um, It's not for me to show people. Okay, I'm not a newspaper.
Well,
I'm
that's it.
not. I'm not Facebook. I don't fall into that group of people.
Well, I can tell you this: if
I
it comes
respect other people's privacy.
if it comes down from us making it no name national or that T-bird be leaving the yard. It'd be on a chopping block. That's all I gotta say. And it's looking like it's going on a chopping block.
Uh-oh.
So that's it's probably gonna go down the road. One to two things.
Yeah. I just
One
hope
way
I
or
have
another,
enough
it's gonna
time
go.
to.
Yeah, because I got a Chevrolet Lumina, but it's not going nowhere. It's not gonna go nowhere. It's got like 120,000 miles on it, and a one on a car, and it's not going nowhere. But yeah, worst case scenario, the Thunder Chicken will be leaving. Piece by piece or all together. Oh, if we're working on that, redoing that '62 Ford pickup truck for a buddy of mine, and if freaking weather straighten up, if I can get it in paint, then I'll have a little extra cash then. But you can't do nothing with the weather like it is. It's 100 freaking degrees outside. You can't paint no car at 100 degrees outside.
Nope.
You just, even the body shops has got these thousands and $1,000 paint booths is having trouble inside their paint booths when it's this hot. And I just gotta cross my T's and dot my I's, as soon as I
Yeah.
No, I would love to have been able to get done with it and take it up there, but I guess everything started going backwards for us. When I built that motor on the ground out there, and a lot of people don't realize, that was the second time I fell on my flat of my back, and I was hurting.
Mm.
I was hurting, and see, I couldn't take. My doctor gave me some good pain pills. I never went and had them filled because it was worse on my kidneys. So I never took anything. And I
What,
paid.
the medication was hard on your kidneys?
Yeah, so I never the meds that they wrote me for my back. I never went and had them filled. I never took nothing for the pain.
Oh.
And I still out there putting that motor together.
Oof.
Yeah, it was rough.
Shoot.
Yeah, it was rough.
I know you had a hell of a time getting that engine together.
Man, first responder, man, I used to put them 302 together blindfolded, literally blindfolded. Throw one together. That and there gave me, well, it actually wasn't the motor's fault. It's the freaking parts. My rod bearing, where they got a hole for your oil return for your crank. It was double. One of them was double stamped. And the one that was double stamped, it wasn't stamped all the way. And when I put them on there, I didn't pay no attention, and that's what wound up being what it was. I went through that thing, swapping pistons. I'm like, well, I'll just use these pistons in there. And then still done the same thing. I was like, what the crap? And I'm like, then I went checking the rod caps to make sure the rod caps was on the right rod. I went through that 7, 8 times to make sure I was right. And it still wouldn't do nothing. Then I tore it back down, and then I started looking at the rod bearings. And a number 6, I think, 4 or 6, the rod bearing was double stamped.
Huh.
I was mad as a hornet. See, I had a choice either to drive all the way to Birmingham, which is from here, it's an hour and 40 minutes, or order one and wait 3 days to get it. And I ordered one, and then they sent the wrong one. Instead of a Ford, they sent a Chevrolet. So I had to drive all the way back home, which is about 35, 40 minutes to the parts house I'm used to dealing with, where our account is, and get them to order it for me. And then I went next door to the other parts house, and they had one in stock, but a different brand. So I brought it just in case, and I says, well, I'm waiting on the other one to come in. Altogether, that took about 2 weeks waiting on freaking rod bearing to come in to put my motor together.
Well, look at what Buck ran into with his bearings.
Yep.
They messed up his bearings.
Sure did. Sure did.
And he's lucky he caught that.
And then the water pump. That's the 4th water pump that went good. And the first 2, they sent it to me. The first 2 was used water pumps. So I took them back and got another new one. Come back, it was the wrong water pump. Then I took it back. Now this is 30 miles, 35, 36 miles there and back.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is not on their dollar going back to get it. It's on my dollar. And then finally the 4th one, they got the right water pump. But they did take care of me afterwards. They did take care of me.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I got to get going. It's already 11 o'clock.
It's
And,
party time.
well, I got a whole bunch of stuff I still got to get done, and I got to hit the shower because I've been doing woodworking and I got sawdust all over me, and I ain't crawling in bed with it all over me.
That's a sign of done got old.
Yeah, but I like having clean sheets, not having sawdust in with them.
Oh, Lord.
But
oh,
no,
damn. That reminds me. I got to put my sheets in the dryer. Shoot.
But now, like hell, I've been out here redoing these boards and everything, and even came up with a little jig and everything to make sure I got the boards and everything straight, because some of them got a curve and everything to them. So I've got something now where I get a flat edge on there.
Dang.
And believe it or not, I've got the video out. And it just cost me about $15 at Harbor Freight.
Mm-hmm. I saw that video earlier today.
Yeah.
Talking about when I went and bought them all?
Yeah, the one you released, about midday, I think it was.
Yeah. Actually, well, the one I got released today, that was dealing with that push mower. And then wasn't all that long ago, I did the one for the clamps and everything. That was like, yeah, it seems like 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But,
I'm talking about the Harbor Freight clamps, the jig to cut the to cut the board?
Yeah, that was like 2 hours ago. But it's working. I mean, that's the main reason I went and got those.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do a little bit of adjustment and everything, but they're holding, and that's the main thing I want. And
Hey,
it works. I mean, it might not be what a lot of woodworkers are going to use,
mm-hmm.
but hey, I don't have the kind of money they've got to go and buy all the fancy stuff. So I got to work with what I've got my hands on, and that's all I've got.
Yeah.
What you
Okay,
gotta
then the one you released earlier was on the mower with the Troy bill.
Yeah, it was that Troy Bill mower.
That lawnmower that you're working on, that's the same exact one I have, but it literally looks like the one I got is like brand new. It has like a half a year running on it, but it's the same one.
Got that Honda engine.
Yep. Yeah,
And
it's got the wet timing belt.
Yep, and this one here, uh, the problem with it was the intake valve. I don't know if it's the valve was bent, but I'm thinking more along the lines that the valve leak came out. And you got to have a special puller just to get the flywheel off, because the head does not come loose from the block. It's all cast as one.
Right.
Uh-oh. But yeah, I mean, literally you got to pull the flywheel off the top of it, and it's sitting like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can be able to get into the crank itself to be able to get down to all that. And it's like, okay, I mean, when I saw the fact of that pin and everything that holds the cam gear,
Mm-hmm.
if that belt was to come loose or break, that pin is going to fall straight out, because that's the only thing holding it in there
Mm-hmm.
is the tension on that belt. That's it.
Yep.
It's got plastic gear for the cam, and that one cam lobe, it'll either open up the intake or it'll open up the exhaust. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's a bad design. It's like, okay, give me something that's got a head and everything on it that I can pull off the block. I'll take a Briggs or hell, if I wanted to, I could probably go over to Harbor Freight and buy one of their Predator. They've got a Predator engine and probably bolts right down to it. But $229 is like, yeah. I don't have a problem with the Predator engine, because I put that Predator 708 on my riding lawn mower, and boy, I tell you, going from that single 19 horse to a V twin with 22, that made a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Now, did you see the video of my teardown of that engine I pulled off?
I started watching it, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah, there's a hole about that big around on the side of the block.
Ah, okay.
And the engine was just idling. I mean, I still got it sitting here. Oh, what's left of it. There's part of the connecting rod. Yeah, that's the bottom half of the connecting rod.
Those are the breakaway rods, right?
Yeah, but here's the rest of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a definitely junk. But the thing about it is, the bolt's still in it, and it's still tight.
You never know what an engine experienced. when
Well,
you get it.
right. Well,
I
the
mean,
only problem,
they could have had some water in it, or you just never know.
oh yeah. Well,
I
the thing
mean,
about this engine here, it was what they call a color. They called it color courage, but anybody in the small engine world, they call it the color discourage because the design was good in on paper, but it didn't work in the real world. Because what they tried doing is they tried having the counterbalance for the crank separate from the crankshaft. And they even went through a couple of different designs on it. And after about five or 6 years, they said, this ain't working. So they came out with Color Command Pro.
so why didn't they just keep the weight on the crank?
They want to try something different. That was the whole thing. It was they wanted to try a new revolutionary design for a lawnmower engine. Didn't work.
Well,
They
it
found
worked
out the
for a
hard
few
way.
years.
Yeah, the only thing is, when this one went south on me, I called up my local repair shop and told him what engine. He goes, yeah, you're looking at about $1,400 for a new engine.
Yeah.
I go, do what? He goes, yeah, because that was a good design on paper, but actually in the real world, it didn't work. It's a piece of junk engine. Ah, crap, he's back.
I'm back.
But they said life expectancy is about 1 to 2 years old.
Man, I don't believe that. 1 to 2 years?
There's a guy called Musty One. He actually tore one of the engines apart. That it was a Kohler Command or Kohler Courage 19, and it was a little bit different design on the counterbalance. And he found out why it locked up and everything. It was all because of the on that design, the counterbalance was in two pieces, and the bolt that they used, the threads were smaller around than the actual shaft of the bolt, and it broke. And you gotta consider that counter shaft, it's actually going back and forth in slots and everything inside the block,
Mm-hmm.
or the crank sitting there, rotating.
Yeah, my internet went down. I had to reboot my internet. It's crazy. Yep, person. I'll be glad to check out that Durango.
Come on
Yep.
by.
I
You're only about how far am I away from you?
think you're about an hour and 20 minutes, I think.
There you go. It's only an hour and 20-minute drive.
Give or take. The funny thing is, first, most of my parts, like my wheels and water pump, the external water pump, the electric water pump, and I said a 351 69, 351 heads, and a few other parts I bought from a guy. I was probably about 20 minutes away from you.
Damn.
Yep. I didn't know how to get a hold of you.
No, I mean, damn, those are probably parts that I wanted, and he was only 20 minutes away.
Well, them wheels I brought are the 5-star Pro Star wheels. Around here they want $500 a set. I give $100 for that set of wheels over in Georgia.
Wow.
Damn.
Them heads here would have been about $500. and I give $100 for the set of heads.
Wow.
And then that water pump was like $30, and we bought a few other things. And so I saved, I saved a good bit by taking a trip over there. That's the first time I've been over there in that part of Georgia in a long time. I'm talking about a long time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just like, that video I did when I was out there at that junkyard, there was so much stuff out there that, been
What
sitting out there for
what
years.
what
And
ti- what town you live in, first responder?
It's 12:16 right now.
I thought what town, Georgia,
Oh,
over there
what
you live in?
town? I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Williamson. You're on Google Maps?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
oh, I was gonna ask you, what is there anything special about that Y block that Ford made?
Yeah, a lot of special. Depends on what numbers on the block and what it is.
So what would have been special about the one in that two-door car?
Well, it could have been 427, a 428, or a 312, or what was that other one Ford made? Come on, Dean, help me out.
So which one would have been one sought after?
The 312, the 427, or 428. You're 116 miles from me.
Oh shoot, that ain't none.
It's on a couple-hour drive.
114 if you go through Roanoke, and that's going through no man's land.
Did you ever send me your number through the email?
Let me look. Let me look.
I thought I gave you mine, right?
Hold on just a second.
But anyways, I do need to get in there, and because I got a lot of stuff I got to try and get done first thing in the morning before it gets too damn hot, because it's supposed to be like 107 tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, that's not hot.
I didn't say hot. I said it's gonna be warm.
That's best time to go ice fishing.
If you're in Alaska, yeah. But now I got to get out here before, like I said, it's too warm and everything to be out here, because I'm gonna be up to the very top, this garage and everything, and that's where all the heat and everything's going to be at. This thing here has already been filled up 4 times since about 4 o'clock, and that's half a gallon, I think.
Yeah, I filled up my gallon container. This is the second time, and I'm at a half a container, and I still have yet to go to the bathroom.
Oh man. Let me look at my phone. I think I might have added you on my phone.
Dean, did you see that video I did from the junkyard showing? We don't know if it's a 58 or a 59 300 or custom, something like that. The body was in rough shape. That's all I know.
Let's see.
2-door.
You have my email, right, ASO?
Yeah, I do. Hold on. I'm
Shoot me
trying
an
to
email.
find it.
But anyways, like I said, I need to get going because, like I said, I got a lot of work to do tomorrow, and I've been out here since about crack of dawn this morning, so I'm kind of tired.
All right, Mater. I'm gonna finish up that Troy built video.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I brought the engine in here, and it's like, yeah, this thing ain't worth it.
See, did you get my email?
Yeah, I got to the part where you pulled the black cam gear out, and it bounced off the table, and I went inside and had lunch, and that's about it. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was towards the end of that video. And like I said, that there was nothing holding that pin inside the block except for the tension on that belt. If that thing was ever let go, that pin's going to drop down and hit right on that the mower deck. And like I said, they don't have any. There's not even any clips or anything holding the rocker arms on there. You just got the two pins, and the only thing holding them in is you got that the head and everything. There's no clip on the very bottom holding them in place. And I'm like I said, I looked at that design. I'm going, from Honda, this is a piece of junk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen several Honda engines and everything that, you know, you pull the valve cover up and you got the 4 bolts and everything for the head. You can sit there, you know, disconnect the intake and the exhaust and everything, pull the head and everything off. Oh, okay. Fix the head, put it back on, new gasket, whatever. Good to go. This one here, nope.
Did you get my email, first responder?
Sure did. I sent you one back. Actually, I sent you 2.
But Dean, if you go back, trying to remember when I wound up doing that video.
Send me your phone number and I'm gonna put it in my phone.
That's the second email.
Hold on, let me go back. Why is it not showing? Oh, I got you. I got it.
Give me a jingle, cuz.
I will. Give me a few minutes and I'll give you a call.
But Dean, there's a link and everything for that one. If you can go watch that and let me know, because if I'm not mistaken, that car has gotten crushed already. But in case they hadn't got to it yet. But anyways, I do need to get going. So,
All right,
all right,
baby.
so it was nice, you know, having me up and everything. But I want to see that Durango myself.
It's really nothing. I don't think it's that fast. I don't know. I just think that flange it's a weak design.
Yeah.
I mean, I still got what size are these tires? 255, 65, 16. I mean, honestly, I think what did it was it weighing 4,600 pounds, 355 gears with a spool, and a trans brake. So,
All right. All right, first responder, you take it easy, and I'll see y'all later.
all right,
Y'all be good. I'm gonna shut this down and make a phone call.
All right, have a good night, guys.
all right.
All right, y'all. Everybody, y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming in, Junkyard D and Dean and everybody. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
See ya.